Hey soul family, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here. So today we are doing a pick a card reading, and this pick a card topic is what is your shadow activating within you? Okay, what is your shadow activating within your energy field currently? Alright, so you have three options in front of you, number 1, number 2, number 3. Pick and choose whichever option is pulling you the most. You can be drawn to more than one option, so choose whatever is pulling you the most, and I will see you in the reading. The timestamps of all the piles will be given in the description box below. Alright. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, the description box has all the details regarding the same. Alright. So I will see you in your piles. Peace. Alright. So pile 1. What is your shadow activating within you right now? What energy is your shadow activating within you right now? We have the violet angel with breaking dawn. Okay. What energy is your shadow activating within you right now for pile 1? We have Avenger. Let's get 2 more from 2 different decks. So what energy is your shadow activating right now? Blossoming. Wow, look at the colors, right? Pile 1. That looks so lovely. And let's get one more for pile 1. What is activating from your shadow within you right now? We have the past, a prison. And look at the color schemes, guys. Like, this is interesting, right? And we have another one with the green. The greens here in all these cards from different decks as well. We have Immortal, the consuming family, pressure of peers. Okay. All right, pile 1. So what is your shadow activating within you? I feel like pile 1 with the 23 here, which breaks down to a 5. I feel like you've been going through a lot of conflict. Okay. Now this could be conflict that either people are bringing to you, which could be your friends, your family members, people around you, like just constantly fighting or creating some drama or issue that you have to deal with, or maybe you're not even involved in certain issues, but they want to project all of those issues onto you, make you the villain, even though you're not interested or you're not looking for conflict. You want peace, you want serenity, right? But I feel like people are either bringing conflict to you, or this could be your own internal conflict, pile 1, which has been projecting outside. Okay, so if you have not been able to deal with your own internal opposition regarding the things in your own life, right? So for example, it could be regarding some things that you know are not good for you, right? But you keep continuing to do them, and there could be a certain habit of doing that particular thing. It could be anything, pile 1. It could be as small as biting your nails, right, to as big as like being in a toxic abusive relationship and not being able to get out of it. It could be anything. Or it could be hyper what is it called, hyper independence, right, where like you're so hyper independent on yourself that you don't want to rely on anybody else, to the point that it has made you feel very lonely, and your internal self is battling yourself in a way, right? So I feel like that's somewhere what your shadow is bringing to light, is the fact that we can't always have peace and calmness and jolly good times and happiness and emotional fulfillment around us if we want to truly grow, if we truly want to have wisdom. Okay, and wisdom is not easy to gain. Wisdom is gained through pain. Wisdom is gained through experiences that you go through, and you have to master yourself through those experiences. And this is one of those aspects of your life, pile 1, where people either bring these issues to you or people bring conflict to your life. But in a way, because of all this conflict, all these challenges, with the violet color, this tells me about your crown chakra as well as your third eye chakra. Okay, your crown chakra is getting activated on a whole new level. Okay, and this is what your shadow is activating within you. It's because somewhere when people brought this conflict to you, when people brought this level of chaos in your life, it's like there was no other way for you to deal with it than to go to your faith, or go to your divinity, or go to the source, which is all pervasive, which is all powerful, and which is right inside of yourself, right? So I feel like through this chaos and conflict, you discovered your God, you discovered your source. And that is what is blooming from within you, is like she's playing a violin here, and violin is like a sad instrument, right? That's what I'm hearing here. And I feel like you also have felt very sad because people have tried to make you sad, or people have tried to blame you for certain things that could have gone wrong. I'm seeing a wedding cake here as well, so maybe a past relationship that like someone that you could have been married to in the past, could be someone that truly broke your heart in a very, very bad way, to the point where that sadness has not been able to leave you, and at times you have felt like really cursing the divine or being very, very wrathful, towards source in a way, because of all these challenges that you had to go through. But with the 5 here, and then we have 3 which is 6 here, right? So there's a progression here where, due to these challenges that you have faced, where I feel like you at times experienced great times with the people that you actually saw as people who you could trust, but eventually they backstabbed you. Eventually they either wanted to smile in your face to only stab you in the back, or they were vengeful, they wanted revenge from you in some way because of what happened to them in their past, right? And maybe you expected a lot out of these connections, like you wanted the best. So like I was saying, pile one, that maybe you wanted things to be better between you and this person, or you and your ex, or you and your ex-spouse, or you and your family members, whoever this could be. This could be friend groups as well, right? But I feel like these people or this person was very, very close to you at one point, and you wanted this relationship to go ahead. There was a very strong attachment to how things were, and you not wanting to let it go, and that was creating more of the suffering than you even realized. But in a way, that activated this power within your shadow to tap into maybe your psychic gifts, your spiritual gifts, in a way, because I feel like there was a strong bitterness towards people that could have developed within you and within your shadow at that point, where things were not working out the way you wanted them to. There was a strong bitterness towards people who didn't behave the way you wanted them to. And in a way, that was coming from your own shadow, pile one, because you wanted things to be the way they used to be, even though that was not healthy for you, even though that was not good for you. But your heart was so attached to either overgiving to that person or giving to the point of exhaustion, not knowing your own boundaries on when to stop, to the point where it brought a lot of like heavy feelings in your heart, right? Because we have so many green colors here. This is telling me this really damaged your heart, pile one. Okay, but because of the damage in your heart, all you could do was focus on your spiritual side, on your psychic side, on you maybe getting into tarot, into astrology. This is why you're here right now watching this reading as well. It's because you found spiritual answers to problems that were really making you bitter, which was making you hold on to grudge, and which was a refusal for you to let go of this energy. Okay. I feel like there could have been violence that you could have faced either through a person, or maybe people in the past, maybe your family members could have been violent with you since a very early age. That could have made you very, very bitter, and you could have felt like, what did you do wrong, right? And it was their projections onto you, pile one. This is not because you were bad or you were wrong, but it's because they were bitter themselves, right? They were holding on to a grudge themselves about their own past, which they wanted to displace on a young person, on a person who is helpless, on a person who cannot defend themselves, right? So understand that how difficult it was for you to handle this, was how hurtful it is even for them to face this aspect within themselves. But you, on the other end, pile one, congratulations to you, because you're here. And this is what is going to bring a lot of bliss in your life. With the butterflies here, you're transforming, you're growing wings, and it hurt a lot initially. It was hurting you. But now you have developed these very ethereal wings that are going to protect you throughout your life, I'm hearing. Your shadow has helped you sit in one corner and face yourself and look at yourself in the mirror and see all the aspects of yourself that could be dark, could be controlling, because you want things a certain way, because why did things happen a certain way which was out of your control, and it really pissed you off. But at the same time, because of all those things happening, look at how much you're worthy of your blessings and what you truly have currently, which is true, which will never leave your side anyway, and that person is you, first of all, pile one, right? So you realize that about yourself, and this is beautiful. Okay, this is what is making you blossom. This is what is opening your heart chakra as well. I feel like there is new people that you are going to love, that you're going to meet very, very soon, or you're already starting to co-mingle with people, or starting to resonate more with people who resonate more with you as well, pile one. People who relate to the things that you do. Maybe you will meet a lot of spiritual people, or people who are into self-reflection a lot more, or people who are more generous to you, more giving to you, more kind to you, more accepting of all of yourself, pile one, rather than these people who hurt you because they were hurt, right? They took advantage of your innocence because you were innocent, because you gave, right? But you gave from a place of innocence, but also from a place of control, and that was your shadow that you had to look at, pile one, right? So that is what I'm seeing here with your shadow as well, is that you're learning to basically yield it in a way which helps you. Pile 1. Okay, so your shadow is activating your spiritual gifts. Your shadow is actually activating your heart to into a way where your heart will start magnetizing and attracting people, places, things, and opportunities that are more aligned with being permanent in your life. Okay, things, people, places, situations which are more aligned with your mind, body, and soul. That's what I'm hearing. That's what your shadow brought to you. So if you have been through the things that I just spoke about, or things that I can't even speak about because they are that heinous and that they are so sensitive to your soul in that way, know that it's because of you having to learn from that suffering to be able to blossom into permanence. Into We had that immortality card, remember? Into immortality here. So um, something about the infinity or the eternity within you will represent itself through other people. Like you will meet people who have been a part of your soul group or a part of your life since infinite lifetimes. Like that's what I'm hearing. Those are the kind of people you're about to meet because of everything that you've been through and how much it could have damaged your heart, your soul, your mind, and you felt like it was a permanent damage. But no, Palwan, this is just the activation that your shadow needed. Your shadow needed this level of, you can say, trauma, or a level of like nudge, that deep nudge that it required for you to be awakened to your true power. Okay, and this will align you to people who also know their own true power. And initially it might scare you, initially it might trigger your heart, initially you might feel bitterness towards new people as well, because you're still getting out of that phase where there was 100% trust in someone and that person literally looked you in the face and betrayed you, like, or stabbed you from the back, like however you want to see this. And it was like a whole sad music, playing in your life for a very long time, where you reminisced about maybe the music you listened to or the places you went together, the memories you shared together. It was painful to get out of it. Pile 1. Right? But remember that this is also making you blossom into a whole new version of you that is going to be very, very balanced. Your heart is going to be so strong, Pile 1, that you're going to stand up in the face of injustice. You will not feel scared. Okay, there is a complete release of any kind of fear that held you back in terms of seeing something unfair in front of your eyes happen and you not standing up for the people who are going through something unfair. You're going to be very righteous. Okay, very righteous on behalf of society or also yourself. Pile 1. Okay, so this is the transformation that is happening now. Let's get some tarot as well and see what's activating within your shadow right now. um yeah, I feel like you're going to be like Robin Hood, stealing from the rich to give to the poor. Like you have that kind of a mentality now. Like you want to help the underdogs. You want to help people who are innocent and who are still getting abused or beaten or violently treated with no fault of their own. Like you will feel so much rage in your blood to support people who genuinely need your help and guidance and concern, that you are going to go all into that, like, in whatever way you can. Pile 1. But this is going to be like your blood boiling passion, I'm hearing. And this is what your shadow is activating within you. Like without your shadow, without everything that you went through, you wouldn't have known that this is what you're supposed to do. So in a way, this could be a part of your life purpose as well. Pile 1. Okay, is to support people in need or to support people who require your help. It could be through your music or the kind of music you write or compose. It could be very like goth-like music, gothic music, or very emo. Okay, I'm hearing emo. I'm hearing something about even your makeup style changing to like emo, gothic, something about that as well. You could have Libra in your chart, Leo in your chart, Virgo in your chart as well, Aquarius in your chart, Scorpio in your chart as well. Okay, so let's see, what is your shadow activating within you for pile 1? We have 8 of Wands. We have the Sun. Beautiful. Wow, I love that for you. Let's see, we have 3 of Wands. I'm hearing expansion. Let's get 2 more. What is your shadow activating within you? Pile 1. What is your shadow activating within your energy field? We have 6 of Cups. Let's get this here. Okay. And I'll get the bottom of the deck, which is the 10 of Cups in reverse. Okay, we have the Moon also over here. Look at that, Moon, right? Okay. So pile 1. I feel like pile 1, what your shadow is activating within you is this movement of picking up on opportunities that are meant to be shown in your full light, in your wholeness. Like, you will only pick up opportunities, or you will only go forward with people, places, and things that allow you to shine your true self. Okay? And because you're shining your true self so brightly, even if it burns someone's eyes, or even if it terrifies someone for who you truly are, and you expressing that in totality of what it is, and you not being afraid of that, because with this power that your shadow is giving you, it's like you can be your total authentic self. And even though it scares people from your past, or people from your past would not be happy about this, or they would say that, I told you so, or they might gossip behind your back about like how they always thought that you would turn out to be this scary, or this fear inducing, or whatever, right? Because they were terrified of you, and that's why they treated you in the way that they treated you. Pile 1. Okay, whoever this could be an ex-spouse, this could be family members from your past who did not treat you well, who did not see your worth, who did not see your talents, your skills, or your qualities. Pile 1. Okay, but I feel like because of them not seeing these qualities within you, or because of them blaming you for everything, or making everything your fault, in a way it turned you into this violet angel, someone who is not going to stop at nothing to do what it is that your soul calls you to do, to expand where you want to expand, right? And maybe there are some memories that you still hold on to from your past, but you will only hold on to what served you and what led you to this authentic self, what led you to shine, what led you to realize that you are gold. Pile 1, that you are real gold, and that people who messed up will realize it whenever they are meant to, right? And you're looking into the future. You're not stuck in the past anymore. This is what your shadow is activating within you, is shining your authentic self and expanding into the future with the good memories of the past, and the memories of the past that actually empowered you, which made you who you truly are meant to be. And this is how you will expand in your career. I feel like you could have a raise or a job promotion, or you could travel, or you could start traveling for work, or you could start vlogging. I'm hearing you could start your work on social media, and just being your true authentic self, not being scared of people's opinions or what they think or what they want. And I feel like because of this shining and this brilliance that is coming off of you, like, people will flock to you, people will want to know your story, or to learn from you, or to get to know you on a deeper level. Pile 1. Okay, so yeah, give me a moment, Pile 1. I'm just having some water. So yes, pile 1. This is crazy. Like, I love this for you. Okay, let me know if this is a call that you have been feeling. Like, you've been feeling like just being your true authentic self, maybe just letting that mask down, or letting that mask melt away, which kept this past version of you so tight, and like held on to your body so deeply because of your childhood, because of how people treated you, because of people's comments on you, or because of people's aggression on you. Maybe you internalized everything that people's opinions had on you, right? You could have internalized all of that, but your spiritual side in a way is helping you get out from there and realize the worth within who you are, and the wholeness within who you are, because they say that even we as humans, we have an aspect of immortality within us. That's why we keep reincarnating, no matter how much we just keep changing form no matter what. So that's what you're realizing, is that you can let go of something that you're holding on to so tight, because you're an immortal, that you will assume a new form again, that you will again be reborn into a new version of yourself again. And you don't have to hold on to something so hard and so tight, to the point that you either wear yourself out, or you wear someone else down, or you try to control someone else according to what you want, or you control yourself to the point you're suffocating, right? So that's what's coming up for you, pile 1. I'm so happy for you. Let me know in the comments, like, are you resonating with this? Okay. And I feel like your shadow is also going to allow you to be more childlike, or be more like how your younger self would have wanted to be, but you were not allowed to be, okay, because of the circumstances of your past. Pile 1. And I'm so happy, because you will also attract people with a healed inner child. You will attract soulmates, you will attract soul group, and people who feel very familiar, or feel like home, or feel very comfortable and warm and sweet, is what is coming through. Pile 1. Okay. So let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this. If you would like a personal reading with me, check out the description box below. Okay, some of you could have some problems with stuttering or not being able to complete your sentences, or maybe because of the treatment that you had in your past, you could at times feel a lack of confidence in expressing yourself. But rest assured, pile one, that your heart is healing, and with your heart, it's also your throat that is healing. Your throat chakra and heart chakra are very close to each other. Okay, so in a way, they are both healing together right now due to it trickling down from your crown, in a way where you are very, very close to realizing that you're very close to source, you're very close to divinity. Okay, so that's what's happening. For personal readings, check out the Etsy links below in the description box, pile one. Do like, share, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this. The numbers that could be important for you and your ages or life path number could be 33, 17, could be 23 as well. Okay, you could be a Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, you could be a Scorpio, Pisces as well. Okay, or a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. All right, pile one. So thank you so much, pile one, and peace. All right, so pile two, what is your shadow activating within you? For my pile two, what is your shadow activating within your energy field? We have Nautilus Princess, powerful personal growth. Okay, pile two, what is your shadow activating within you? For pile two, we have King. Okay, let's get this deck here. So what is your shadow activating within you? For pile two, we have Extremes. And let's get one from this deck. Pile two, what is your shadow activating within you? For pile two, we have Nobility. Okay, it's beautiful how the color schemes are coming along today, like with the reds, and the yellow, the red hair, right? Very interesting. So yeah, look at the reds here, literally. Pile, look at that, right? Pile two. Okay, so pile two, what is your shadow activating within you right now? So your shadow, first of all, could have been reflected by people around you or a person around you, specifically a person who could have had extreme mood swings or extreme sense of entitlement towards you. Pile one. Okay, this person could have made you feel very suffocated, very like claustrophobic, or like this person was the end all be all in your life. Okay, that you were not supposed to look at anyone else other than them, or they could have been excessively possessive of you, but at the same time wanted to go around and fool around behind your back. This person could have really hurt you to the point where it's like that was enough for you. You know, pile two, like that was enough. This person had no restraint or control within themselves about how imbalanced they were towards you, how extreme they were towards you, right? And I feel like because of this person, because of the way they treated you, maybe at times they treated you like giving you silent treatment, or being very cold towards you, or being very mean towards you, or maybe you have had relationships in your past and even in your love life, pile two, which have contributed to basically partners in your love life who feel like they have to control you, or like they are the end all be all, and that they have entitlement towards your energy, pile two. And that is something you never understood, maybe. Okay, that's something that you could not reconcile within yourself. But I'm here to tell you, pile two, that it was because of your own extreme energy within yourself, right? So you are someone, pile two, who loves very deeply. Okay, you love so deeply to the point where you go to extremes. Like you are someone who would love someone to the point where you could take a bullet for them. That's what I'm hearing. Like you are an extreme lover. If you love someone, you love them very deeply. So whichever romantic partner came into your life, it's like they wanted all that love, all that energy, all that warmth for themselves. Okay, to the point where they could have either treated you like trash or made you feel like, you know, that you were nothing, just to basically see your reaction, or to test you, or to see how much you love them, how extreme would you go for them, like what would you do for them which would be extreme. Like they wanted to test that extreme love that you had for them, right? And that really could have pissed you off, right? And that's because you were also imbalanced, pile two, right? And that was your shadow itself. Okay, because your shadow wanted extreme control over your partners as well. You wanted to know where they were, what they were doing, who they were with. You were also someone, like, you have to admit that, not to me, pile two, but to yourself. You know, be honest with yourself. Did you ever doubt your person, especially when they were out and about? And did you want to call up and check up and call 10 times and ask where they were? Like, did you have trust issues, pile two, right? So that was your shadow, in a way. Your shadow wanted to control people as well in your relationships. And because you wanted to control them, it came out as excessive love, excessive warmth, excessive way of being there for the other person, to the point where that was not balanced either for you or for the people that were coming in your life, because they were extreme takers and you were extreme giver. Okay, so now what your shadow is activating within you, pile 2, is that now you are realizing that your energy is actually very, very valuable if you know how to temper how much you're giving to someone, rather than being there for someone and being at their beck and call and being always available for the person that you really care for and love. You're realizing how to temper that. Your shadow is giving you this gift of discernment in order to be balanced and not go to extreme polarities in order to prove your worth and to get someone's validation on your love, because you know what your love means. You know how much love you did not give to yourself in these moments where you were so attached to the person from your past or the current lover that you have, whoever it could be, right, who was toxic in your life, who was extreme, like excessive entitlement towards what you were doing, but they were cheating behind your back, or they were lying to you, misleading you, testing you, taking you to extreme moods, and switching your mood up because they wanted conflict, because they wanted to see how much you cared, right? So I feel like your shadow is basically activating to a level where, again, I see these two wolves here, right? So it's like you are realizing your own masculine energy as well, because maybe there was an imbalance in your masculine energy where either you were too much in your feminine, okay, and that is also not good. Okay, there has to be like a balance between both the energies. So I feel like you're activating your masculine energy, and the masculine energies also understand when to give, when to push, and when to hold back, right? So that's what's coming through with this, is that alpha male energy is activating within you, even though you're a female, for example, right? And if you're a masculine, maybe there was a lot of toxic feminine energy that you were attracting, who had like extreme mood swings, or women that were maybe rejecting you or making you feel small or making you feel like you were the problem, okay? And that's because they probably felt extremely entitled to whatever they had in their life, maybe their material objects or their position in society. Like everything fake is what mattered to them, and you were attracting such people because somewhere you were imbalanced in your own masculine energy. Okay, you expected maybe women to come to you and give to you, and whoever came to you in a way didn't give you what you were actually looking for. So you are realizing your masculine potential of going out there and pursuing people, even though you might get rejected, and dealing with that rejection in a balanced way rather than going to extremes, right? Some of you will also be realizing in this phase, your shadow is also activating within you this ability to balance extreme situations, like extreme maybe addictions. Maybe when someone rejects you, you go to your addiction, or you start drinking, you start smoking, or you start doing drugs, you start obsessively thinking about someone, or all those coping mechanisms that you have in terms of dealing with something negative in your life is coming back into balance because you have high standards now. That's what I'm seeing in this spread, is there's a powerful personal growth happening in terms of how you deal with your own coping mechanisms, how you deal with your own masculine principle, masculine energy, which is how much are you giving, okay? And feminine principle is how much you're taking, okay, how much you're receiving. And masculine is the doer, the giver, the provider, right? So where were you not providing? Where were you providing too much, right? Where were you giving too much? Where were you not giving to yourself? All these equations are coming into balance in your life. And that's because now you have high standards, not only with others, but also with yourself, okay? So you're realizing what your boundaries are, what your standards are, how much you are meant to give, how much you're meant to hold back before someone else proves themselves to you or earns their place in your life, right? So that's that power that's coming back to you. It's beautiful, to be honest. Pile 2, okay? So let's get some tarot cards as well for you and see what your shadow is activating within you. You could have attracted a lot of like entitled people, or you could have been also entitled at times to people because you felt like this was supposed to work or this was supposed to be a certain way, and maybe there was things that were not good for you, but you still wanted it. It could be people, places, things, situations which were not good for you. You still wanted it, but now it's like your shadow is activating this very noble energy within you, which is not only noble to yourself, but having high standards towards others. And not idealizing others is what I'm picking up, because maybe you idealized your partners in the past. You put them on a very high pedestal, not remembering that they also go to the washroom, right? Just like you do. So yeah, like that's what's coming up here. We have the 3 of Wands. So what is your shadow activating within you for pile 2? What is your shadow activating? We have the Emperor. Look at that, the divine masculine energy. We have High Priestess. Wow, beautiful. That's the feminine energy as well. We have 6 of Cups. And we have Ace of Cups at the split. We have Sun as well, which is visible here. And we have the 9 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So I'll take the bottom of the deck here and I'll keep Ace of Cups here beside on my table. Okay. So what is your shadow activating within you, pile 2? First of all, I'm picking up that there's a very strong expansion in your masculine energy. The energy within you that goes out and gets ish done, right? So I feel like there's a strong expansion in that, where if you were very held back, if you felt rejected, if you felt like someone tried to mess with you or mess with your confidence levels or mess with your heart just because you were that giving or just because you love that deep, people wanted to just, wound you in that way and create wounds for you in that way, to the point where you had to go within and you had to go deep within yourself and self-reflect on what the hell is going on. Like, why are people treating me this way? Like, why are people like just treating me like trash, or trying to test me, or trying to like, come up with things about how I'm the issue, or how they were disrespecting you at times, pile 2. Like, you are realizing the level of disrespect that you have taken from people, and you're done with it. You're just like done with it. And your shadow is activating this level of discernment, where every time a person is approaching you or a person is asking you out, you're going to take your time to get to know them, to get to know the deeper aspects of them, before even like putting them on any kind of an extreme pedestal where like they are the king of your life or they are the queen of your life or whatever, right? Because in the past, maybe that's how you saw your lovers, is that like your life revolved around these people. But now it's like you're realizing that the attention is back on you. You are the one in control. You are the one in power. And you were constantly giving your power away to people who were in your life, to people or situations that were in your life that was draining you, that was controlling your moods, that was bringing you to these extreme mood swings. Because they were entitled to your energy, because they wanted to hang on to you and to your growth. They didn't want you to grow or outgrow them in any way, right? So they wanted to keep you small, and that's why they wanted to control you in that way and test you in that way. But now, because of such a high level of self-respect that you have for yourself, I feel like things are completely transforming, and that shadow is bringing the self-respect. So your shadow is activating the level of self-respect within you that will take anyone down a notch if they try to control you, if they try to test you, if they try to play games with you, if they try to hinder your growth, if they try to do anything which is against your will. Okay, your will comes first. What you want comes first. And maybe it might seem very selfish to people who maybe you have grown up with, or people who have known you since a very long time, but this is also required because none of them have lived your life. None of them have seen what you had to go through with your, lovers in the past. So in a way, if that change in your love life also trickles down into your family and into your personal situations with friends or whatever, deal with it. Okay, everyone has to deal with it. This is your growth. This is your time, and you're not sorry for it. Okay, you're not sorry for your personal growth anymore. You're not sorry for outgrowing people anymore. You're not sorry for setting high standards for yourself anymore. And that's how your masculine energy is expanding. Okay, and this could be happening in secret right now, but very soon it's going to be out in the open. Right now, you could be holding a lot of boundaries with people, or you could be maybe cutting a lot of calls that are coming onto your phone. Maybe in the past you used to be very available, answer every call, talk to everyone, just allow people to run all over you, or you running all over people, because you felt like that was good and you were entitled to do it. But now that's healing within you. Okay, and if it isn't, it's meant to, pile 2. Okay, yeah. Some of you could have diagnosed yourself as a narcissist. Okay, and some of you are literally reflecting on your narcissism to heal it. Okay, this excessive entitlement is healing because now you have strong boundaries with yourself on where you are being excessively controlling, dominating, where you are doing this. This is like a powerful personal growth, pile 2. So this is like a complete turnaround for you. Okay, maybe you could have seen where you were being controlling or where others were being controlling as well, and you're balancing it out. You're leveling the playing field so that you don't have to feel like a victim every time something happens. You don't have to constantly be wounded when something happens. Your triggers are something that you're working on. Triggers from your childhood, triggers from the secrets that maybe your lovers made you keep, or you made your lovers keep and you kept, and how that damages your own inner child, your own inner self of expressing yourself authentically. All those things are healing right now, pile 2. Okay, so the numbers 34, 42, 41 could be your ages, or you could have a life path number 3, 4, 2, 1. Okay, the number 4 is repeating here thrice, so 444 is a sign for you. Okay, if you could be seeing that, we have the number 4 here with the emperor as well. Okay, so that's your divine masculine coming into balance, into power here. Okay, I'm hearing, can't no one hurt you, like no one will be able to touch you once you realize this power within yourself. Okay, so yeah, so we have Aries very strong here, we have Scorpio, we have Pisces, we have Sagittarius, we have Cancer, Taurus, Libra. Okay, we have Leo, Aquarius. Okay, Scorpio, Cancer. Yeah, so these are the zodiac signs I'm seeing for you, pile 2. Let me know in the comments if you resonated with this, if you enjoyed this. I love doing such readings. Okay, some of you, by the way, could have like red hair, literally. Okay, I see a lot of reds here, so red hair. Maybe you will start wearing a lot of reds here. Okay, or red is your power color right now, so if you start wearing red, that's your root chakra as well. That's you feeling safe, secure, stable, grounded. Okay, these are the 4 words. Or you should do some root chakra affirmations on yourself. Okay, that will help you. Maybe some of you will start like working out as well, or focusing more on your physical health, on your physical body. Those are signs that your shadow is integrating. Okay, and your masculine energy is coming back online, pile 2. Okay, so pile 2, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this and got a lot out of this. Check out the description box for personal readings with me. The links are given below. You can also check out my Patreon. I post exclusive pick a card readings there, not available anywhere on YouTube. All right, so thank you so much, pile 2, and peace. All right, so pile 3, what is your shadow activating within you? Pile 3, what is your shadow activating within you? We have the Amara, the Mini Hue, Aloha Healing. Okay, all right, let's get a few other decks. We have Voodoo in Blue back off at the bottom of the deck. Okay, let's get this deck. Pile 3, what is your shadow activating within you right now? We have the Saboteur. Okay, pile 3, what is your shadow activating within you right now? We have the Void. Okay, let's get this one. Okay, what is your shadow activating within you right now? Pile 3, what is your shadow activating within you right now? We have a lot of cards here. I think 2 cards or 3 cards. Okay, let's see. Okay, we have Resurrection with Reprise, Recovery, and Comeback. Wow. Okay, and we have Call for Help, Reach Out, Need for Backup, Admit Your Needs, and we have Enlightenment, Inspiration, Epiphany, and Innovation. Wow. Okay, all right, we'll keep that aside. So pile 3, what is your shadow basically activating within your energy right now? Pile 3, I feel like you were constantly getting stuck in cycles of self-destruction. Okay, now this could be self-destruction due to any kind of addiction. This could be addiction to bad people, toxic habits, toxic negative thinking patterns, toxic habits. I think I mentioned that. Okay, so it's like you used to get addicted to those negative ways of thinking or being. Okay, and that could have made you really depressed, because it's like your shadow took you to your lowest energy. Like I think you have done the most shadow work of all the piles right here. Okay, you have gone into the dark depths of hell within yourself because of everything that you have been through, because of people who have been very, very destructive towards you, use destructive words, maybe use their hands on you, or been very mean towards you, very harsh towards you. It's like you internalized all of that. people that were sabotaging you, or people that were hurting you or harming you, you internalized all of that. Okay, and in a way, those daggers that they were throwing at you, they became your own internal daggers. Okay, and it's like you had these voices of other people's opinions in your head telling you that you were bad, that you were wrong, that you are the reason why everything happened, or you are the curse upon the family, or you are the issue, or you are the reason, right, behind everything going wrong. And I feel like because of all of that, or because of maybe you hearing certain stories about your family and how your family treated each other, or how your family treated you, and the reason for them treating you this way is because it was your fault, even at a very young age, right? It was all your fault, pile two. And somewhere it's like people made it your fault. Like, people made it extremely difficult and harsh for you to even grow up, and grow up in a way where you didn't blame yourself for everything. Okay, it was very tough for you to do that. Like, maybe you internalized a lot of things that were very difficult for you to internalize even at a very early age. Pile two. Okay, and we have a lot of black cats here, and black cats are known as like bad luck, right? So people could have like treated you as like the bad luck of the family, or like you were the culprit, or you are the black sheep, right? You could have been the black sheep of the family. People could have not included you or insulted you at a very early age, that you are one way or you are some way which is not suitable for their family, or it doesn't look good on their name, on their, or whatever it is that they had, okay, which was superficial and things like that. But I feel like pile three, the worst thing is that it's like you are these people's worst nightmare. Whoever sabotaged you, you are their worst nightmare. And the way that you are their worst nightmare is because you're healing from everything that they caused you. And it's not just the healing though. You're healing in a way where you're making a comeback. Like, you're making a comeback in a way where you're so level-headed, you're so healed within yourself, you love yourself so deeply, you know yourself so intricately. Pile three, because of all the self-reflection that these people made you go through, because of you feeling like, there was no meaning to your life at one point, because of the insults that they threw at you, or because of everything, right? They made you go into a very dark corner of your soul, okay, where there was no light, where there was nothing, there was no reason to live, there was no reason to eat, there was no reason to go on in life. You came back from there, and your story is worth much more, or your experience is worth much more, and the way you have been able to survive all of that and go to the top, like I'm seeing you go to the top from here. Like, there is nowhere but up. When you're so down in the dumps, pile three, that there is nowhere but up, right? It's like your shadow is activating that aspect within you that is going to only go up from here. Like, there is no looking down from here. You're going to shoot up like a rocket. Like, that's what I'm seeing. And this is a horror for the people that actually look down upon you. Maybe there could have been a lot of people who gang stalked you, or a lot of people who wanted to tear you down because of your talents, because of your gifts and abilities that you brought on this planet, to share on this planet. That day I was hearing another beautiful reader. I love her to bits. I'm not remembering the name exactly of her channel, but she was saying that if you're shooting for a star, if you're looking for someone to help you, then don't destroy them when they come on this planet. Like, for example, we talk about star seeds, we talk about these galactic beings, we talk about God coming down and resurrecting us, or we talk about but these high energy beings come through humans, pile three. And I feel like you have a very high energetic being within you. That's why you could go to such harsh level of depths within yourself and still survive. That is because you have a very powerful soul. Okay, and I feel like that reader that day, when she was saying that, I was like so mind blown, because that's so true. Every time we see a shooting star that falls, it's like we want to kill it, we want to destroy it, we want to kill our only hope of getting out of here, or we want to kill the thing that heals us, or we want to kill the thing that protects us or loves us or exercises the demons out of us. We want to kill it, but we want to destroy it, right? And that's what you could have faced since your childhood. That it's like that's what
That's what's happening with your energy field right now, pile 3, is that you are resurrecting from a place of complete hell within you where you didn't know whether you wanted to go on, but it's like now you're rising up from the ashes. You're like the phoenix that's rising up from the ashes, and your shadow is basically activating this ability within you where you are going to prove everyone wrong. I feel like there could have been multiple people gang stalking you, multiple people wanting you, to go away, or to just shut up, or to do what they say, or to control you, or to be a certain small self or a limited self, or just, you know, not open your mouth, or, you know, keep things to yourself. They wanted complete control of your life to the point where they could have spread lies about you, gossiped about you behind your back, blamed you for things that you were not responsible for, but never took responsibility themselves for how they could have damaged you, how they could have hurt you, how their criticism and their opinions could have, stuck onto you, which could have turned you into a self destructive machine yourself, where you used to sabotage yourself. And, after a point, you didn't need anyone else to sabotage you. You started sabotaging yourself because you were around people who sabotaged you, and didn't think twice about it. So your shadow is activating this ability within you where, like, I'm seeing you shoot up. Like, I don't see you looking down. And I also see your shadow activating this ability where you will always have a higher perspective on people. Okay. So, higher perspective, as in you will be able to see through people. And there are some people who will come into your life to be healed completely, but that will take a lot of shadow work, which is what you might teach them just through your presence, your existence, or your experiences, your wisdom, and your healing that you have done on yourself. Whereas there are some people who you will literally, like, there is exorcism that's going to happen on other people. Like, they are going to reveal themselves to you. They are going to, like, there's certain gunk that is going to come out of their system, and it's going to expose them for who they truly are as a person. We have the enlightenment card as well at the bottom of that deck. So that also tells me that somewhere it's like you are reaching this state of enlightenment where either your energy will enlighten people, or it will push them into their darker depths, which will also lead them to enlightenment anyway. So your energy is like a medicine to some people, and could seem initially destructive to some people, but it's just meant to be that way. Like, your shadow is very, very intense, and it's activating very intense gifts within you. So get ready for this, like pile 3, literally. um because this is not going to be easy for people who always underestimated you, who always wanted to lie about you, about what happened to you, or what was your history, or why you behave a certain way. Some people could have wanted to call you deranged, or call you mentally ill, or try to label you or judge you, and put you and compartmentalize you in certain box, so that they could ostracize you or make you the odd one out, count you out and underestimate you. But your shadow is actually basically saying that the last shall be first and the first shall be last. And that's the energy that's activating within you, pile 3. Okay. You are literally the saving grace for people, let me tell you. So right now we have the Ace of Swords, we have the Page of Cups, we have the Eight of Wands. Let's see what else do we get for you for pile 3 on what is your shadow activating right now for you in your energy field. I think we have the Six of Swords right here, and we have the King of Cups in reverse. Okay. So pile 3, what is your shadow activating within you? I feel like your shadow is definitely activating your throat chakra on a very massive level, okay? Where your presence alone is going to expose people, expose their internal demons, their shadows, your presence itself and your communication and the way you speak and the way you express yourself is actually basically, as you can see, that there's a fish coming out from the Page of Cups card, right? So it's like you're exercising the fakeness, the superficiality from people. It's like either people will release all the gunk that is stored within them, that makes them sabotage themselves or that makes them sabotage others. Because the fish is also like a symbol of superficiality in some ways, even for me, and the way it's popping out of the cup is, I don't know, it just looks very like weird to me. Why is it in the cup in the first place, right? So that tells me that the power that you will hold in this next chapter of your life, and what your shadow is activating within you, is that you will be able to exercise the demons out of people, the dark energy out of people, and the dark energy that is used as a tool of destruction. That is something that you are going to exercise out of people. Some of you could be activating certain shamanic gifts, spiritual gifts. Some of you could be activating certain aspects within yourself, certain darker aspects within yourself that were not activated before. Maybe before, when people treated you a certain way, you internalized it, or you thought of yourself as a victim, as a victim of circumstance, as a victim of circumstances, and as a victim of situations that happened around you that you had no control over. But the way that you're coming back is that people are going to feel very small in front of you, because of the power you wield through your communication. People that try to underestimate you or put you down are going to feel very small and tiny and minuscule in front of you. That's what your shadow is activating within you. And if you're ashamed of that aspect within yourself, which wants to help you feel powerful, which wants to help you heal that level of powerlessness that you have felt all your life, to the point where you have either given your power away freely, or that you have let other people take advantage of you because you wanted to be accepted, you wanted to be validated, for everything that you were doing for others. It's like that aspect of yourself is dying completely. And that's something that's going to be scary for you, but it's also going to be scary for others, because you have never seen this face of yourself, this side of yourself ever before. It's like you're going to speak into the core of someone's being. You're going to see people's mask fall off right in front of you. People will expose themselves, and people will fight themselves or fight others in front of you, and you will be able to see certain masks melt off in front of you, just by the sheer communication or by the presence that you bring to the table because of everything that you have been through. Your shadow is going to turn into a fierce protector of you. Your shadow is going to help you communicate with more power, with more effectiveness, in every area of your life, be it in your love life, be it in your career, be it however and wherever you use your communication. You are going to impact people to the point where it'll hit their emotions, it'll hit the core of their heart. Some people will awaken due to this, some people will be terrified of you because of this, and that's nothing to be ashamed of. Pile 3, you're like an important person in this phase of your in this phase of your life, because you have a big mission here, especially in this day and age where everything fake and superficial is dissolving. You're meant to bring in this truth, you're meant to bring in this refreshing perspective of power, where you're not abusing your power, but you're using it to help and heal and to master yourself and to protect yourself at times of need. But you're also protecting the underdogs, or you're also protecting other black sheeps, or people who have felt ostracized, people who have felt like the black sheep in their own families, in their own lives. It's like you are going to be the spokesperson for them. You are going to awaken the love for these people. And how much courage it takes to even be in that corner and never be accepted for who you truly are, and still going at it with bravery, with courage. because pile 3, at times you could have felt that level of giving up on life, giving up on everything because of the level of destructiveness that people brought in your life. But because you saw that level of destructiveness, and now your shadow is aware of its own destructive powers, right? And that's why you're holding that sword in the first card itself, is now you're going to use that power with more efficiency, with more maturity, with a level of integrity, morality that you have developed based on everything that you have been through, right, pile 3? Because again, we have the voodoo in blue with the back off. I feel like people will feel like backing off from you, or people will feel a sense of a very strong sense of like a dark power that surrounds you, and that no one can mess with you after this. Like, no one will feel free enough to mess with you, because this power is coming from your shadow. This is your shadow. Look at the eyes of this card, right? That's your shadow. Like, your shadow is not playing anymore. Your shadow is not playing anymore. Your shadow is not letting others win over it anymore. You're going to be very, very honest. Maybe at times that might seem even cruel to you. Like, why did you have to be so honest or so abrupt and so disruptive? But it's meant to shock people and make people aware of their own shortcomings, or their own fakeness, superficiality, their own immaturity, their own motivations behind why they do what they do, and to improve themselves. So your shadow is activating that aspect of yourself, which is very multidimensional. It is very fierce, it's very protective, and protective of people who have not done any harm yet get the brunt of disrespect, and get the brunt of other people's wrath, because they are young, they are naive, they are vulnerable, they are gullible, they are constantly beaten upon, or they are constantly being sniffed upon for weaknesses, and constantly being terrorized because they are weak. They are so called weak according to the past society, which is expired. You're bringing in this new level of power, and this new level of your ability to also communicate and touch people's hearts, and awaken people's hearts as well, activate people's souls. You could have a grand air trine in your chart: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. We have Sagittarius, Aquarius. We have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So thanks so much for tuning in, Pal 3, and peace.